Guys, Token Vaping. Today's juice review is a part two of a line that I've already started on, and these guys came out with, in my opinion, one of the coolest setups for their bottles that I've seen in a while. Now, I'm a sucker for packaging, I'm a sucker for labeling, cool little add-ons, doodads, things like that. But the way that the bottles were sent to me, I thought they were just really cute, really different. It really fit for the theme that they were going for. So with that, the line is the Philosopher Stone. And it's a really cool logo, as you can see here, and if you can see on the back. Don't know if you really can or not, but it looks like that. Really, really slick. Now, if you watch my first video about their first three flavors, you'll know that there are two on there, Metamorphosis and Immortality. I was a huge fan of. Both are strawberry based. One is a strawberry custard line, and then the other one is more on the lines of a strawberry yogurt with a slight bit of whipped cream. And both of them are just fabulous. Great flavors on the first three that I did. Very smooth, very, very mellow of a vape, but so full of flavor and just all day vape options and just really enjoyable. They do have a website. It's tpsvapor.com. You can also go to independentvaporcompany.com and purchase the juice line as well. It is offered in a 35 ml bottle and a 120 ml bottle. And one of the cool things about it is that they steep their flavors when they make them for at least 30 days. So obviously they're going to be vapable right out of the bottle once you receive them, but the fact that they steep them before they send them to you to ensure the quality of the flavor, make sure that everything is mixed properly and is to make sure that everything is just all around well-rounded, so that you don't have to worry about any type of flavor issue, taste issue, anything like that. That's really cool because it just shows that they're dedicated to the vaping quality and that they're trying to ensure that what they're sending you is just as high grade and top shelf quality as anybody else out there, if not better than some. The other thing that's cool is that it does come in a 0, 3, 6, and a 12. But now here's where they go a little different with this, and I haven't seen anybody else really do it this way as well, so it's kind of unique on their end. You can get a max VG option in the 3 and the 6, or you can go a 6 or a 12 and it'll be in a 60-40 mix. So to have the different options there as far as your different levels of nicotine mix ratio is actually kind of cool, because if you don't vape high nicotine, obviously, you can go with the option of max VG, so it's really smooth. It's more about the flavor, it's more about the vapor, and if you like a little bit more nicotine in your flavor as well, you can go and thin it out a bit more, so you get more of that throat hit, you get more of the flavor hit itself. So the fact that they play both sides of that to give you that option is just really impressive in itself. Now, these are the bottles. This is really, really cool. And because it's white, that's why the light is really reflecting on it super, super hard. Let me tone that down a little bit. There you go. This is a wax dip. I mean, basically they'll cap it. There is a cap underneath, and I'll show you that here. This is a first vape, first impression, but they basically will cap it, and then they basically dunk it into the wax, and then when it hardens, they just cut it off here. Now, the wax and the tear tape that they use is FDA approved. That does not mean, before that gets me into trouble, the juice itself is not as of yet. The wax that they use is. But then they have their logo in here. They have the name of the flavor. And what I like about this, and I've seen a lot of companies start doing this, and I think it's really cool, they have the flavor profile on the bottle right here, which is really neat because, it saves you from having to look it up, go digging for the flavor profile menu card, things like that. But to have it directly on the bottle, so when you're using it at that time and you're vaping on it, you know automatically what it is you're vaping on. There are the two different nic options right there, and two just say max VG, and then the other ones have a 60-40 mix. And they have their warning and ingredient label right here, as well as a QFC barcode to scan too. And then they have a born on date on the bottom, which is also slick because then it lets you know when that batch was made. And then it also adheres to the quality control as well. And these guys take this very, very seriously. I have had the opportunity and the privilege to talk with them a little bit. And I mean, just talking with them, they are all about the vape. They're all about the quality assurance. They're all about the security and the safety of it. They're all about making sure the ingredients that they use are all local based and that they're all top quality as well, so that everything that goes into this is as premium and pristine as possible. So that's really cool. Now the two flavors that I am doing for this video is Magnum Opus and Transmutation. And those are the bottles right in here. Now the Magnum Opus I did try beforehand. It is a Kiwi Cantaloupe with notes of watermelon and a hint of vanilla cream. This is actually a really good light, crisp, all-day vape option. Now, for me, and again, this is just my opinion. I'm not trying to impose my will on anybody. I'm not trying to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't be getting out of this flavor. But for me, I really did not get the watermelon out of this. I definitely got the kiwi off the first hit. The cantaloupe. The cantaloupe was really, really good in this. It wasn't overly sweet, but it was definitely the main flavor that I got. And the vanilla cream, it gave it a bit of obviously the creaminess for this, but it wasn't too much to where it was too creamy or like a heavy custard type thing. The vanilla cream, it had the vanilla hint of it, and then you got the smoothness to the vape. So regardless of whether you get watermelon out of it or not, you should at least get the other three. But it is still a really good vape for like a hot day, with the cantaloupe and the kiwi, and it does make it light enough that it is still an enjoyable vape. It's not too hard, and it's not too heavy. So either way, with the watermelon, all it's going to do is just give it more of a more cooler effect when you vape on it. Without it, it tastes just as good in my opinion. So whether you hit it or not, it's not going to be a deal breaker for that flavor. Now, Transmutation is a sweet raspberry and delectable pomegranate with hints of key lime. Now, I saved this one for the first vape because I'm not a raspberry fan, and I know that the key lime is going to be a bit strong as well. So this was one I definitely have a hesitation to try because it's not a flavor that I would automatically jump on. So this is why I wanted to do an honest opinion on this one, because honestly all the other flavors are amazing. They're rock solid. It is in a great line. Very smooth, very flavorful, just an enjoyable vape all the way around. So we're gonna go ahead and bust this open here. Now the other thing that's cool that you may be wondering is, obviously if it's waxed, how do you drip this? Because obviously there's no point. Well, when you order a bottle, they send you the bottle, but they also send you a dropper bottle as well, which is really cool. It is a child safety cap as well. So we're going to go ahead and bust this open. And all it do is just give it a good twist, and it breaks that seal. Now, as you saw, I had to put a little bit of effort into that. So it definitely is sealed, and that's with the tear tape as well as the wax. Now, I will warn you, before I forget, wow, I smell the lime and the raspberry right off the bat on that one. Because it is a Max VG, it is a thicker solution, and I would tilt it to show you, but I don't want to spill it. But they fill these bottles as high as possible, which is really cool. But the downside to it is when you're using the dropper bottle, if you squeeze some out, you need to be careful, because when you put the dropper bottle back into the bottle, the pressure, obviously, when it fills up, it's going to push that liquid out, and it will leak over if you don't use enough to begin with. So it's just something to keep an eye on about. It's not the end of the world if it does get a little bit, if it leaks out a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and drip this on a fresh wick that I do for my videos. And I do use Texas Tough Cotton. It is not a pansy-ass cotton ball. It is a very solid wicking cotton. I enjoy it. It does not have a strong, super cottony taste to it as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do this very carefully because I don't want to make a leak and spill over here. So I'm going to go ahead and, as you can tell right there, I did not have to put the dropper in very far to pull the liquid up. So they do fill it very, very high which is good too because they ensure that you're getting your money's worth. Now, while I'm wicking this really quick, obviously with the wax you're going to be able to tell right off the bat, but you know, not every bottle has a wax cover like that. If you ever purchase anything that has any type of security to it, whether it's a security tape, a security wrap, child safety cap, lid, anything, if and when you receive it, something about it just does not sit right with you and you don't feel comfortable using it, or something about it just makes you feel uneasy in general, just don't use it. Contact the company that you ordered it from, contact the people that make it, contact the people that distribute it even, and just let them know what's going on so that they can take steps to rectify the situation and send you a product in the proper form that it should be in. Because at the end of the day, it's all about your safety and your health, and that's what's most important. So with that here, I'll put this off to the side because again, I don't want to cause a huge mess on this and spill this over. And we're gonna go ahead. I can definitely smell that lime off of this already. That's really strong. So I'm gonna do a quick pre-burn, and then I'll drip it just a slight bit more, and we will get to vaping on this really quick. I'm trying to cut my video times down a little bit so that I'm not boring you guys too long. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll go from there. So go ahead and cap this, and we are vaping at my good old trusty go-to 75 watts. And like I said, this is Transmutation. It is raspberry with pomegranate and hints of key lime. Definitely solid clouds. Very impressive. That's definitely a big plus for anybody who's a cloud chaser or likes the heavier vape clouds. I'm going to drip a tiny bit more and do one good hard hit on this. And I will tell you right now, right off the bat, I'm actually really impressed with this flavor, and I will tell you why here in just a quick second. I just want to, before I say anything, I want to get this. Okay, I am very impressed with this flavor. Like I said, I am not a raspberry fan, and I was expecting the lime to be really strong. I was wrong on both counts. Well, okay, wrong on one account. I'm still not a fan of raspberry. You taste the raspberry almost immediately as soon as you vape it, but that pomegranate automatically kicks in and overrides that. Like that's the main flavor that I get out of this, is the pomegranate, and I like that flavor. So that automatically makes the flavor more enjoyable for me. The key lime is so well mixed into this that it basically comes in on the tail end of it to where when you exhale, you taste the lime. But again, it's not as potent, and it's not as like a citrusy rind flavor like a lot of others that use lime is. This is a very well-made mix. Because raspberry and lime can be really potent in a vape, the pomegranate definitely was the right option to go with this, and it basically smooths out the other two, so that overall you get a nice fruity vape, but that it's not overly potent in either flavor. I can actually vape this without being, you know, oh my god, that's too much raspberry, or that lime is too strong. It's actually a lot more enjoyable than I thought first. Yeah, that is definitely a nicer vape than I was expecting it to be. So it's very impressive. So with that, Philosopher Stone, guys, thank you so much. This was a huge privilege. Amazing line. All 5 flavors just are wow. all rock solid. The flavors are very, very, very potent and bountiful, but not potent to where you're going to tire of them fast. The vape is amazingly smooth in the Max VG. The clouds, as you saw, are just solid and just really, really thick. Flavor-wise, they're all on point. Like I said, Metamorphosis and Immortality are the two that I definitely am a fan of, but overall, the entire line is really good. If you own a shop, work at a shop, know people that work at a shop, guys, definitely reach out to this line, the Philosopher Stone. It is a great line to put on your shelves. It is eye-catching with the bottles and the wax tops, and the flavors will not disappoint. So definitely reach out to them. They are on Instagram, and like I said, independentvaporcompany.com or tpsvapor.com, main websites that you can reach out to them as well. So definitely hit them up. Philosopher Stone, thank you guys so very much. You have a great line. I am truly humbled to have been able to do the review on this. Guys, as always, I'm Token Vaping here on YouTube, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Pinterest. Anything that I can do to help enhance your vaping experience, please let me know. I will do everything that I can to help make your vaping experience more enjoyable for you. Doesn't matter what it is. If there's a certain video you want to see or a question that you have, I will do my best to take care of either or. But don't be afraid to ask anything that you need to make your vaping more you. That's all I want to try to do to help. So thank you guys so very much for watching. I'm always humbled, honored, and privileged. And until next time, Token Vaping, vape on, vape strong. Have a good night.